Hello, this is your boy Manny Emmy. How you all doing? My topic today is women. Women has come a very long way. Most people don't seem to understand what is a woman. A woman, as I would define them, they are the earth of the world. Very fragile. Sometimes they could be loud, sometimes they could be cold. But in our society today, women are not getting their rightful and the benefit they ought to get, inclined of all what they have achieved, bringing, creating, putting beds, carrying their kids for 9 months, going through pains, the bullying, the humiliation, even at work, and so many places, you keep counting. When I try to evaluate, the values and the importance of a woman in our society, it comes to me as an endless point that we are unable to give them the normal credit they should ought to have. A woman, she's not so strong physically. When you talk of the power distance, you want to calculate it from the man and the woman, like in America back in those days. Women are subjected to just to be housewife. Most of them don't really have, a place in the society. They don't have this, they can't express what they want. They are being cut off from the society. Though they stay in the house, they do all the homework, they do the baking, they do the childbearing, but they don't seem to, have a voice. They don't have this sense of belonging in the society. But nowadays, it has turned to another side. Let me tell you. Women now, as they say, what a man can do, a woman can do better. That saying has proven so many points, which some people would like to argue some pointless issue. You see, most offices men has been handling, in the Western world, in Africa, though we have some few corrupt ones, that pop out in some part of Africa that we are unable to control the position they were given to handle. But that has not even qualified, the perfection of women, the perseverance they go through, and all the time they are being marginalized here on earth. Coming to some offices, when you see some ladies, they are being abused because they are women. They want to humiliate them. They want to bring them down. When you go to, higher institution, in Africa, you want to go to Hollywood, you see a whole lot of humiliation. You see a whole lot of violation of their rights. So this have really, prompted me, to discuss about women. They are not being given the perfect right of what they've done, of what they've achieved here on earth. They bring everybody to earth. Nobody seems to recognize that. Nobody have given them credit. You see the man walking with his chest, everything. Who brings you to this earth? It's a woman. Nobody has, they don't even have, it's lately they start honoring the Mother's Day, the Women's Day. Some people don't take it very important. But be it as it may, women are the most vital thing that have ever happened to humankind, because they carry out most of the creation come to pass. Childbearing, when you study it, you see what these women pass through. They pass through pain, unbearable pains that, a man cannot comprehend, a man cannot handle. Most of them are being violated even during when they are pregnant. When we are comparing it back in those days, you see some women, they still go to farm, they still do the, house duty and all that. But when it comes to this Western world, after they have, fought for their rights, try to make their pay equal pay in the company, like in the UK, women receive, equal. In Europe, they receive, but in America, some companies still try to play this racial game. You are a woman, feminists are now speaking up, against most of all this oppression that is going on. That feminist of issue that they are trying to fight, the gender issue has been the point that, we don't have to discriminate. People are, we are fighting for, Black Lives Matters. But when you come to the women, they are not being recognized the way they ought to be. They are being, reduced in the society. When you see a girl that is going to university, or maybe she wants to act a film in the Hollywood, the man will first of all ask, to violate her before he could give her the, the position that she merited. You understand? All those are the, the violation women goes through in the hand of men. So speaking still on this issue of women, the European women started this issue that, what a man can do, women need their own rights, they need their own places, they have to work. The table has turned in their favor. You see most of the ladies driving nice cars, becoming CEO, MD. Most women has become, medical doctors, pilots, engineers, name it, professors. They've overturned, the narrative of, woman has to work in the house, it has to be in the kitchen. When you check out, medical session like NHS in the UK, you see most women are on the front line, saving lives, creating and doing a whole lot of stuff. So the gender issue that has been in place for years has been, replaced by the perfection of the way how women has shown themselves to the world that, they are the best of what they can do. Even when they are doing the, the domestic work, they are good at it. But most men still find, an excuse to violate this perfect creation that God has given to us. They don't respect their wife. They don't respect their guest children. When I should, put it back in Africa, when you see most girls, children underage getting married to an elderly person, that is totally wrong. So in this same place, I will call on African leaders. I'll call on African leaders to visit this issue. It's an ugly issue that is happening, that a child, 5 years, is a mother. How dare these people partake this kind of, unspeakable act? It breaks my heart whenever I see them on the street, see them, some of them end up begging because their husband want them to act like an adult when they are baby. So the inequality that is still happening among, women have not been closed. The gap have not been closed. Just that the educated ones are able to escape, the torture. They are able to escape the, being subjected to nothing, being reduced. They talk to them, you see, they are being bullied. Most men bully their wife, the guest children. They don't want to spend money in their education. They don't want to make them feel important, in society, which is not acceptable. So, in conclusion of all these things, I am in support of, human rights, human rights here on earth. So the women should not be excluded. Even as much as the men feel, they say they are the head of the house, the head of the family. But the women, most of them, they work now more than men. They are more intelligent. They manage capital more than men. Women manage finance more than men. Men, can spend money buying expensive car, gold, diamond, other stuff, wasting clothes, wasting all those things which are not too relevant. But a woman will know how to manage, how to save money for their children if they are going to school. Maybe they need some pocket money, or if some needs arise. Most men, they go to their wife, they go to their girlfriend. Hey, can I have that money? I'm run out of cash. But if they misuse the fund they have, they can't keep it for you to ask them later. So we want African leaders, we want men in position to recognize women, to give women more edge, in everything they do. But I'm not in support of, women that use the opportunity to, take an edge, maybe try to put the man outside, like what happened in Europe. You see most women, after a man has finished, paying for his house, maybe his mortgage, any mistake, the day he raises his voice, he will be kicked out, to start from afresh. But if you see, like I'll give example, like in Italy, the Italian men, they are very, very, very violent when it comes to women. Italian men are violent in the sense that they can't handle pressure of a woman saying no to them. So if you can Google, country that the men kills their wife, Italy, I'll give them number one. You understand? Because most people don't know this story. Italian men, I found out that, they disrespect their women. They don't allow their women to, to speak. They even subject their children, I would say, they quarantine them, They are being restricted to their own corner. You can see Italian kid doesn't have friend to the next street, doesn't even know the name of the other street. The same thing, their women, they can't greet other people outside. Most people feel this stuff happen only within the Arab world. No, it also happened among the European, settings. So what I'm calling on government, even European government, is to reform the way women are being treated. In America, women are not having equal pay. President Obama fought for it, to put it into law so that women and men can receive equal pay. In Africa, if a beautiful girl or any lady is trying to look for a job, what do? The men will always ask for, sex before they can give them the job. But that does not happen when the man comes from the same job opportunity. So we want everything to be equilibrium. We don't want it to be one-sided. And to the men that keep, hitting their wife, violating their wife, disrespecting their wife, it is not good. You should change. You should respect them like your mother. I believe none of you, raise your hand to hit your mom or to beat your younger ones or to beat your sisters. If other men happens to violate your sister or your father violates your mother, it's not good. So we have to reverse that term of, being disrespectful, looking woman very scornfully, calling her nothing. It's not right. So I'll end this video. I want you to smack the like button, subscribe to my channel, wait for my next content. This channel is, creative, positive talk. We exploit all over the world things that happen. We bring it just like it is. This issue of women is pressing. There are many videos that are surfacing. Some women, you see them, they will be highly violated. You see their face swollen up. They are scared. Some want to protect their children. That is why they are still in the marriage. Some want to protect their marriage. They are ashamed to come out and speak. This is what I'm going through. He doesn't want to allow other people, to mock her. Maybe she feels that she feels. If you look at the life of Tina Turner passed through the same violence. It got to a state that she couldn't handle it again. That is why, she left everything she worked for. She only took the name of the man. That was what she asked the judge, that I will go with just the name, Turner. Let the man have everything, which the man never understood, the gravity of what she does then. She knew that if she changed her name, nobody's going to know her again. So that is why she went for just, I will take your surname. You take the money, take the band, which she later banned back. She's now finally living in Germany with a white man that both of them later got married together. So in conclusion, I will say, let's respect our women. Let's put women in, let's give them, the respect they deserve. We don't have to discriminate or bully or make them feel, so bad for, coming into your life as a man. If a woman is in your life, you should appreciate it. You understand? So thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel. See you on the next one. Bye.